Hello, hello. I'm going to give some people some time to jump on. And then we will go on with the training. Make sure I'm live in the group and we will start. And see some people jump on live. Hopefully you do. Cool. All right. Let's kick it off, you guys. So I am, for one, very excited about this workshop. In case you don't know much about me, I am currently 34 weeks pregnant, and I am the founder of Team Set Your Soul on Fire. And this workshop is a very special workshop. I don't know if you know this or not, because this is one of the last opportunities that you have to start something before the new year. And if there's one thing that I know for a fact, is that if you want something different, you got to do different things. And how many times in your life have you started something so new right before the new year, instead of waiting for the new year to sit down and evaluate what you want out of your life that year and your goal and set resolutions? Most people statistically set New Year's resolutions and they don't commit to them, and then kind of start committing to them around February, and then by March are done. Like they never actually do anything with their resolutions. I think, what is it, like 3% of people actually are successful with their New Year's resolutions. So this is a really special opportunity that you have, because you have the ability to start something that will help your mental health, your physical health, help you with not gaining that 10 pounds between now and New Year's, which most Americans will, and will also help you to start 2019 off on the right foot, both financially and physically and mentally. So for me, this is a really exciting workshop. We have Thanksgiving next week. A lot of people are going to waste a lot of money on Black Friday and a lot of things that they don't need. And I really hope that you're one of those smart people that realize that instead of just like wasting your money on more crap that you don't need, that you could turn it into an investment and start a home business that you build on the side, whether it's part-time or full-time. Most people build this business part-time. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Especially if you're a stay-at-home mom, you got 3 kids, like you're not working, 40 to 60 hours a week with this business. Is just not reality. And if you have a full-time job, you're also probably only going to be able to work this business maybe 2 hours a day, maybe 15, 20 hours a week. That's part-time. That's how I built my business my entire first year until I became a full-time coach. And that's how most people do. So it's always interesting to me. And tomorrow we'll talk about objections that people have and limiting beliefs and that kind of stuff that usually hold people back from doing incredible things with their lives, like becoming coaches and starting home businesses. But today I really wanted to kind of just explain what a coach is and what it really means to be a coach, not like what you may think a coach is what the facts of what a coach is. And so hopefully you took the time to read the day 1 post and to post your bio. I first want to also let you guys know and clarify that this is a workshop. It's not going to work if you are just reading things and watching things and not participating. Yeah, you could do that, but why are you going to be in this group if you're not even going to participate in this group? So make sure that if you haven't gone to the post that went up today that talks about you posting your bio, remember that those questions are there to help you to dig deeper and to figure out why you're here, and why this might be something that you could or should do. And let me also start off with my story too, in case you don't know my story. I am not a business major. I don't have any degrees in nutrition or physical fitness. I never took any classes on how to build a social media following or to market myself or to market a product or anything like that. I'm a natural born leader, but never knew how to actually use that to actually lead the right way. Usually a little girl who is born as a natural born leader is called bossy or is controlling, and they're not really groomed to use their skills. They're usually groomed to not use their skills. So I'm one of those people that kind of coasted through school as a C student. I skipped school more than I went to school. I've never been somebody, I was not voted most likely to succeed. I was probably voted most likely to die before I was 25 due to my background in drug and alcohol addiction. I'm now over 10 years sober, so that is behind me. But I just want you guys to know that like your background and how your life has gone does not dictate the level of success you can have in your life. I'm a college dropout and proud of it. I went to art school trying to find my passion in life for like 8 years and was a waitress. That was what I was doing when I signed up as a coach. So I was a full-time waitress working many hours a week, 13-hour shifts, 3 days in a row sometimes. I was living in the Bay Area at the time, so I was commuting sometimes an hour, 2 hours a day. I was also in school full-time with full-time workload, homework load on top of that. I was interning. I had a puppy, which if you have a puppy, you know that's pretty much like having a newborn, like for a year. Just my puppy, my recent puppy, I have 3 dogs now, just turned 1, and I'm just like, thank God you're potty trained. It's a rough first year with puppies. I am in a relationship. I've been with my husband for over 11 years. And so we were, boyfriend and girlfriend when I first started this business back when I was 25. I'm now 33 years old. So I've been a full-time coach for going on 7 years. And I've been part of Beachbody for 8 years. So when you do join the team, you will have me as your upline. And I, do my best to help people be successful. But at the same time, you have to understand that like coming into this business your success, you can't like latch on to other people's success with this business. The reason that you're here is because, there's something about this that appeals to you. So it's important for you to figure out what that is, which is why we ask you the 2 questions, like, why am I here and who do you want to become? But I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of a background of my first year to let you guys know that like I was that girl in the back of the fitness class that was not getting results and very frustrated with her body and couldn't keep up with anybody. I was just like any normal American eating a standard American diet, didn't know anything about holistic nutrition, and Beachbody completely changed my life. It completely changed the trajectory of my life. It completely changed my body. It's what helped me to really dive into holistic health with Shakeology and understanding superfoods and adaptogens and probiotics. And this is back in 2010 when people weren't talking about probiotics and gut biome and the importance of a variety of superfoods and supplementation. Like people were still eating whole wheat toast and thinking that was healthy. So you have to understand that Beachbody is on the forefront of this movement. And it has been the thing that has been a catalyst for many of us that have been using these products for many, many years. So that is essentially why I became a coach, because Shakeology changed my life. Within 2 weeks of drinking it, I was having this type of mental clarity I'd never had in my life. I felt like my body was changing on a cellular level and having cellular health in a way that I'd never felt or seen happy, like a true transformation from the inside out. And that's what a true health transformation is all about. It's about transforming your insides so they reflect on your outsides. So at the end of the day, a coach is somebody who is trying to be healthy and wants other people to be healthy. It's really no more than that. So at the end of the day, you're joining this because you want to be healthy for life. You want to have wellness in your life for the rest of your life. And that's why I became a coach, because I wanted the accountability that came with home workouts, because there's no excuse when there's a 25-minute workout you can just push play on and still get the same kind of results that I would get if I was paying a personal trainer that I couldn't afford. The path to sign up as a coach is less than one personal training session. And you get your Shakeology, you get your year membership to your online streaming workouts, you get your meal plans, you get everything that I wish that I had to Google and like ask people for and try to figure out all those years ago before, these things were so available. They just weren't available back then. And the solution just comes in this package with a community and everything. So at the end of the day, all you are as a coach is somebody who's creating a community and basically a movement of people who are finding a solution to health and fitness that doesn't involve having to get a New Year's resolution gym membership that nobody goes to, nobody uses, and to help people to stop wasting money, to help yourself stop wasting money on these things and stop continuing to look for the solution for vitality and health and anti-aging and realize that it's right here. So the two questions that we ask you guys to answer are, why am I here, and who do I need to become? Because when I joined this company and when I see people join this company and the people that they are 3 years down the road, 5 years down the road, they're completely different people. The growth that happens is incredible. And most people do not come into this business with the skill sets to grow the business. They learn the skill sets to grow the business as they go. So it's important to remember that there's no college education that you need to do this. Entrepreneurship is something that you learn as you go. You don't need a background in Beachbody. You don't need results with Beachbody. You just need to be willing to share your journey and to document it on social media and to help people see that, hey, I'm a normal person just like you, and have vulnerability and courage to share that and empower people with your story. Social media is full of fake people and fake realities. I know, those travel people that they look like they're traveling the world, and in order to actually pay for them to do that, they're sleeping in hammocks and cleaning toilets for a living, but their social media looks so freaking glam, but it's not reality. This is reality. This is the real deal. This is real everyday people achieving extraordinary things. So my first year growing the business, I worked at part-time and I was able to quit my waitressing job after 11 months and continue to build my business after that. And it only took me 3 years to make my first 6 figures with the business. And in the grand scheme of life, by the way, let me just say the disclaimer really quick. Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of success. Any success you have is based off of your own diligence, skill, and hard work. That is legal stuff that I have to say to cover my butt so that you guys don't think that you can just sign up and it's not a get rich quick scheme, because that's not real. If anybody ever promises you that you can sign up and make all this money, it's a scam. So just so you guys know, it takes time. But 3 years to make my first 6 figures when I wasn't on the trajectory to make any 6-figure ever with my art degree and my waiting tables. And that was such a small blip in my life, and has continued to grow over time and compound and compound and compound and grow and grow and grow and grow. And my income has literally grown. If not 6 figures, just under 6 figures, but most of the years I've been a coach has grown 6 figures every single year. And there's no business that or job that you can have that you are in control of your income and you are in control about how much money you make. And that directly, the only way that you can ever make that kind of income is by helping people. And first and foremost, understanding those 2 questions. Who do I need to become? who do you need to become to be a self-made millionaire? You know, the person you are today is probably not that person, and you can't wait. You can't think that you have to go out and learn how to be successful at something like this in order to be successful. You have to jump in, and you have to, you know, learn as you go. This is one of those kinds of businesses where the people who are willing to just jump in and learn as they go and have fun and understand that at the end of the day, this is about being healthy. And so you're going to do it anyway. So you may as well make an income doing it, because everybody needs health and fitness in their life. And I have found that people that have a strong foundation of health and fitness in their life are happier in general and live longer. So why wouldn't you make that your part-time job or full-time job anyway? So at the end of the day, that's all a coach is just somebody who's like, okay, well, I see the importance in health and fitness. Wellness is something that I'm going to make a priority. And for me, it wasn't something that I made a priority. So I was like, well, I need to make it part of my, like, making my job, because otherwise I'm one of those people where I start things and quit and start things and quit all the time. The only thing that has helped me be consistent with this business is the fact that, like, my success in this business rides off of my success with the products and showing people that they work. And so it keeps me pressing play every day, keeps me showing up every day, keeps me learning more about nutrition and doing personal development and becoming a better version of myself every single day. Like, how cool is that? That's your job. So most job titles, it's like you go to work, you sit at a desk, you know, you're an intake assistant, maybe, like you intake patients at a doctor's office, and that's your job. There's nothing that, like, actually, like, gives you joy from that, or like helps you to, like, be, like, live longer and prosper, right? Like, it's just a paycheck. So, like, why not have a job that is fulfilling and gives you a paycheck? Or if you love your job, why not have something that you're building on the side in case something ever happens with your job? Like, shit happens, people get laid off, businesses go under, you have to move, illness happens, death happens, shit happens. Why wouldn't you be building something on the side as a safety net for you and your family? It just, like, it's so important to think big and to understand, like, the big picture with your life, and that, like, how everything is today is not how everything's going to be in the next 10 years. Like, things change, and it's important to plan for that. And having a side business is a really great way to plan for that. So, and just also remember that, like, you're not bothering people by being a coach. And if you do bother somebody because you're happy and you're feeling good and you're posting about your workouts and your life is becoming so much better because you found this community, and they have anything negative to say about that, those aren't your people. Those aren't people you want in your life. Those are people who want to see you miserable and like to see you when you're down. And they don't want to see you on the rise. They don't want to see you rising up and becoming a better person. So that's my philosophy behind that. I feel like, you know, when you're part of a positive thing, it weeds out the negative people. And usually a lot of the reasons why we're stuck in our lives anyways, because of the people that we keep in our lives. We are the sum of the 5 people we surround ourselves around. So if you're always working with people who are negative, or your family is negative, or your friends are negative and make fun of you, there's a reason why you're stuck. And it probably has a lot to do with the people you surround yourself with. So, yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to come on here and just kind of, like, share my story a little bit and share with you guys, like, kind of like what you know, just kind of like clarify that, like, what a coach is like, we run communities. We help people to complete their home workout programs. We connect people to the products that we are using ourselves. So it's never like one of those things where it's like, buy this Tupperware, you know, because it works. It's like, I'm living, breathing proof that this is a solution, and I want to help you with it. So, and understand that, like, you're going to continue to learn in this business, and that you are going to have lots of amazing training, and you are going to have everything that you need to be successful. And at the end of the day, like, you're signing up to be a CEO and to own your own business and to feel empowered in that business, and to be able to build something that is going to be a legacy for you and your family. It's not just, you know, a job where you go and you clock in and you get a paycheck and you go home and there is, you know, that's it. And we'll talk about money on day 3 And tomorrow I'm going to go over all the common objections that people have, like, well, I've never done the programs, or I'm not fit enough, or is this a scam and the scheme and blah, 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 and all that stuff that negativity that lives inside of people's heads. We'll talk about that. But at the end of the day, you know, this is about helping people first and foremost. And so if you want to have a job where you are directly impacting the lives of others and you are of service every single day, and you wake up with a purpose and you go to bed with a passion, this is definitely for you. If you're somebody who's afraid of hard work and you just want to get by doing the easy thing all the time, and you're comfortable with your so-so life and you don't really want to like excel or dream big or aspire to be more, like that's fine too, but this is probably not going to be a good fit for you. I'm just being honest with you. Like, this is a job for somebody who like thrives off of challenge, thrives off of hard work, loves to learn all the time, loves new things, loves to be creative, wants to feel good on a daily basis, wants to wake up like jumping out of bed and like have energy all day. Like that's the kind of results I've gotten from my job as a coach, and not the kind of results I had as my job as a waitress. So, you know, and I could have stayed doing those things that like society does and just done the same old thing that everybody does and just go through life, pay my bills, and then I die. But I saw people doing this and they looked freaking stoked on life. And I was not stoked on life, and I wanted what they had. So that's why I became a coach, because I was like, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. At the end of the day, they're just normal, everyday people with flesh and bones, just like me. Nothing makes anybody better than the next person. We're all equals. We're all going through life equally for the first time. And so I was super empowered to be able to do this and show people that like, hey, look, if I can do it, you can do it too. And so at the end of the day, that's what I believe my job title is somebody who empowers people to see that a regular everyday girl with a normal background, nothing profound, no silver spoon in my mouth, no like head start. I didn't have a social media following. Instagram didn't exist back then. I had like 200 friends on Facebook. I didn't have any like real life friends because I was living on the other side of the United States. I had moved and I was living on the West Coast, and I'm from Florida. And I had like 2 friends, and I worked all the time, went to school all the time. So I had no social life. So like, I didn't have like this running head start, you know, like I had to learn everything and figure out everything just like you will. And that is also one of the things that I've always loved about this business, is that nobody has a head start. There's no like, everybody starts at zero. Everybody starts at the same point. And the only reason why some people have success and some people don't is because of the mindset and of their willingness to just never give up. And that when I decided to do this, I was like, this is the only way I will ever be unusually successful. And I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to be unusually successful, especially if it's with a job that brings you fulfillment and enriches your life and all the lives around you. For me, that was a dream job, you know? So I was always looking for my passion in college, and I realized that I'm an entrepreneur and there is no college degree for me. And that's when I dropped out and became a full-time coach. I quit my waitressing job, and I've been a full-time coach ever since March of 2011. So 2011, what were you doing back then? So I've been a full-time coach for a very, very, very long time, and has been very, very, very rewarding and very lucrative. And, you know, at the end of the day, the reason why you're here is because Team Set Your Soul on Fire wants you to be a part of what we are. And we are a 6-time top 10 team. There really couldn't be much more of a better team to be a part of. And we want you to be able to feel and have what we have. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. And if you decide to do this, like, we'll be totally stoked for you. And if you don't, like, that's a really bad idea, because there's no reason to not start working on your health and fitness before the end of the year, and to not, you know, be a part of something that's so positive. So at the end of the day, I really hope that you do jump in, whether you end up signing up as a coach or you end up just signing up to use the products, like, because it is life-changing, and you will never know how life-changing it could be until you do it. you know, like we can sit in this workshop all day and I can talk to you about what it is, but at the end of the day, like you really won't know it until you feel it. And that was something that I had to experience myself, because as a very skeptical person, and I was very skeptical of this, and I was very skeptical of Shakeology, and I was very skeptical of my coach. I didn't know her. She was some girl on social media. But at the end of the day, I was like, but there's so many people who are doing this, and there's literally thousands of more success stories now in like 7 years later than there was back then. And back then there was so many people doing this that were like so happy and getting such great results. And now there's like even more proof out there. And so there's really like, you know, like the question I just have to ask you is like, what do you have to lose? Nothing. So I'm excited for the rest of this workshop. Can't wait to read your bios, but most of all, I can't wait for you to learn more about yourself and more about what makes you tick and why you're maybe not where you want to be. And hopefully we can work past that and get you to a point, at least a jumping off point in your life where you do something different and scary and exciting and at the end of your comfort zone, because that is my favorite thing, is to see people take leaps of faith and then to surprise themselves and see what they're actually capable of. So with that, I will wrap it up and I will see you guys tomorrow, and the time will be posted just like it was today. Bye, you guys.